Donald Trump suffered 4 separate court losses in the span of less than 48 hours to kick off this week. On both Monday and Tuesday, 4 separate losses. Here's what happened Monday, which of course I've already discussed, but he was told by a judge, "You're violating my court order. Immediately unfreeze all of the government money that you have frozen." The second ruling was, "You can't send migrants to Gitmo." And then the third ruling was yet another judge telling him, "You can't sign an executive order undoing a constitutional amendment," like Trump tried to do with the birthright citizenship thing. And then on Tuesday, he suffered another humiliating blow when a federal judge ruled that the CDC, the FDA, and the Department of Health and Human Services had to restore websites primarily focused on protecting women. On January 31st, the CDC, FDA, and HHS had all removed, because of an executive order from Donald Trump, sections on their websites dealing with women's health issues and prophylaxis, along with pages dealing with the treatment of people with HIV and AIDS. So, immediately, this was challenged by doctors' groups in court, and we finally got the temporary restraining order against this motion on Tuesday. Here is what happened. U.S. District Judge John Bates ordered the government to restore the websites which provided data and information for healthcare providers, while he considers a challenge from an industry group representing thousands of physicians across the country. Bates said the government had shown no evidence it would be harmed by the temporary restraining order, while everyday Americans, and most acutely underprivileged Americans, were likely to be hurt. If those doctors cannot provide these individuals the care they need and deserve within the scheduled and often limited time frame, there is a chance that some individuals will not receive treatment, including for severe, life-threatening conditions, Bates wrote in his opinion. The public thus has a strong interest in avoiding these serious injuries to the public health. Also, as was stated in the lawsuit by the plaintiffs, getting rid of these websites without proper notice to the American public was a violation of the Paperwork Reduction Act of 1995, which requires agencies to provide adequate notice when initiating, substantially modifying, or terminating significant information dissemination products. In other words, you can't just delete information that healthcare providers are relying upon because they're relying upon it. But these pages on the websites, these government websites related to women's health and the treatment of people with HIV and AIDS, were taken down because of Donald Trump's executive order titled "Defending Women from Gender Ideology Extremism and Restoring Biological Truth to the Federal Government." It's an attack on women. It's an attack on everybody, basically, who's not a wealthy white man. That is what this is. And here's the thing, though. And this is something I think everybody needs to be aware of. Trump hasn't won a single court case yet since he's been president of the United States. Every single executive order that has been challenged in court has been stopped. Every one of them. Now, great, the courts are out there doing their job. That is wonderful and fantastic, but all of these rulings, I should add, are only temporary. Okay, they are not permanent. They're not permanently undoing what Donald Trump has done. But furthermore, what we need to understand about the fact that Trump has lost every single case is the fact that he's doing unlawful things. Right? That should really be the focus here. That is what the media needs to be telling you every day. They're getting overturned not just because Trump has horrible lawyers, but because they're not legal. They're violating well-established laws here in the United States. The president is acting in a lawless manner. That is what this means. And that is something that all of us need to be taking seriously. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.